Hi there. Happy May, almost May Day. That was yesterday, but it's great to turn over the calendar to another month. You know, memories are funny things. I've decided in the past few years that my childhood memories are most likely either 1, actual memories, 2, a compilation of stories that my parents and other family members have shared over the years that I just remember and have kind of worked into my memory bank, or 3, something that I've cooked up in my own head containing an ounce or 2 of truth. But sometimes there's an opportunity to verify those memories in very real and concrete ways. Last week, our granddaughter Stella, who's in 3rd grade, called me with a list of questions. She was working on a school project and needed to know some things about our family history. Fortunately, I had the answer to those questions right off the top of my head because my aunt had given me some great information in a little notebook many years ago when I became interested in our family tree and our family history. At some point, a family had handwritten a genealogy that went back to an ancestor that arrived in the Baltimore area in the late 1700s from Ireland. Our family history progressed from that point over the next 100 years or so, from Ohio to eventually Iowa. In the notebook were names and dates and snippets of information that were more than adequate to build a pretty comprehensive genealogy for my dad's side of the family. We didn't have to rely on our own memories or the memories of those who were even maybe there or not able to recall those things, but it was all written down out for us by this long deceased relative. As my grandkids have gotten older, it's been so fun to share these things with them, along with stories and pictures about my parents and my brothers and other extended family, along with all of those pictures and just different memorabilia that we've accumulated over the years. Their interest in our family history is so encouraging because I know they'll share these things with their kids down the road someday, and the memories will live on for at least another generation or 2. You know, it's really important to share our ancestral legacy with our families, but it's even more important to share our spiritual legacy. We make a lot of plans about our financial goods or material goods and how we're going to pass those on to the next generation. But do we take that same consideration for the inheritance of our values, the stories of our journey with Jesus, and the importance of our faith in God? If these things aren't shared, even written down in some form or another, it could be only a generation or 2 until this information is lost, and no one will know how important your faith was in your family history. In Deuteronomy 6, 5 through 7, it says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise." God's word needs to be shared with our children and our children's children. And the story of our faith is more important then too. We can't assume that our families will know our hearts, and they'll likely never know the depth of our faith and trust in God if we never speak about it. The most lasting legacy that we could share with them is our story, how we came to know and love Jesus, how we've trusted him over the years with every part of our lives, the good and the bad and everything in between. They need to hear about the Bible studies that we've been in where God's word has convicted and changed our hearts, and the prayer groups in which we've been humbled by the sincere, heartfelt prayers pouring out of others' mouths. Our children and grandchildren need to know about the praise songs or hymns that have moved us to tears of joy, and the sermons or talks we've heard that have spurred us to action. The legacy of sharing our faith, the importance of what it means to us throughout our life, is something that can never be taken away, but it must be shared. God's blessings to you. Bye.